Good morning. It's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue. I'm here for today's Cricut Chat with Miss Rita, and we're going to be doing a beautiful card this morning, um, which is from Anna Griffin. It is I call it a step card. So I want to show you how to make it. It's surprisingly simple to do, as long as you understand all the steps that are involved. So before I get started, let me say hello to my friends. I see Barbara, hello, and there's Bren and Loretta, Leilani and Shelly. Good morning. How are you? And there's Barbara Lanier and Leslie and who else? I think there's quite a few people on this morning. Hi, Elizabeth. Yeah, we had some really surprising rain over the weekend here. I think they were having a um, fireworks display. I wondered if they had it, but they were having a fireworks display in Peabody at the high school, and I don't know that they were able to have it. Anyway, so today we're going to do this card. It's really beautiful. I know a lot of people admire Anna Griffin and sometimes look at the cards and think, oh, gee, I can't do that. But the cards that are available in Design Space are easy to learn. And I want to show you how to make them. I'm also, of course, making this public in Design Space so that you can just grab it. But I want you to see how I put it together. So let's go and look at the already designed card. So you notice that this card has a lot of print and cut elements, and actually made this for two cards. And you can see here that the base of the card is just this. It's called a step card. That's what I call it anyway. I just duplicated it in the file. And then you'll also see doubles of this frame with the back to it, and then this part is going to go on there as the inside part of the frame. And then we're going to use all of these print and cut elements. I don't know about all of them, but we're going to cut two sheets of them. And we're going to be using 8.5 by 11-inch cardstock that I got from Michael's. And you can pick it up at Michael's. You can also, any of the craft stores have 8.5 by 11-inch cardstock. The weight is about 65 pounds, between 60 and 80. It varies sometimes by the color, and it works usually pretty well in most printers. Okay, so there is a printer element to this. However, if you don't have a printer or you're afraid of doing print and cut, there are ways around it by creating these images, or even just if you don't know how to do print and cut, we'll go over it. But if you want, you could hand cut these if you found them, say, in a in a paper that maybe you saw some pretty flowers that you wanted to cut out, something like that, or even the little tags that go with it. I'm also going to be using something called pop dots. I use them a lot. This happens to be one pack of them that I got. This is American Crafts. I don't even know where I got this. I'm sorry, but it has all these different size pop dots. That's going to work out well for us. And then as far as the other elements, I am using some paper that I got from Cricut that was Anna Griffin. So we have some really beautiful paper that we're going to be using to put this all together. Okay. So let's talk about where we find this, because that's usually the question I get the most. So I'm going to save this so that you can get it, and I will start new. Okay. Now let's go to images and then image sets. We're going to type in Anna for Anna Griffin. And you'll notice that Anna Griffin has quite a few image sets here that are available. And I think all of them are access, available in access. So if you love Anna Griffin, this is one way to get some of her really popular cards and elements and some of the writing and stuff for a very inexpensive amount. I know Anna can have, she has all these different things and you pay per each of them and stuff. So I think this is one of the reasons why I really love access, because all of these are available in access. And she's got a whole library of print and cut images. But this time what we're going to do is we're going to go to the image set called, let me find it here. She calls it a window frame card. Okay, so she has a couple of, she has a window box, she has window ledge. This is called a window frame card. When you click on that, you'll notice that she has just one of the bases here, because the base always remains the same, but you'll have all these other options of putting it together. So we're going to grab the base, and we'll also grab this, which is a written sentiment. We'll grab that, but we also want a frame. So let's have a look at this frame. We'll choose that. And let's for today do, I don't know, let's do just for you and maybe birthday wishes. I think that would be fun. And then we'll also grab all of the flowers. We may not use them all, but I like to have my my view of, you know, my I'm going to grab this one too. I like to have my choice, my pick. So I'm going to add these to the canvas. It takes a minute for the images to show up. Obviously, we got a lot we're pulling in. In the meantime, I should tell you that when you are going to cut out the base, try to use a really thick cardstock, because the base of this card really supports quite a bit. As you can see here, I've got almost like one, two, three, kind of like 3 or 4 layers here. And so you really want a nice thick cardstock. So if you have, for instance, Basil makes a cardstock that's really thick. I think Cricut cardstock is pretty thick too, but Basil makes an even thicker cardstock that you'd have to cut on heavy, but it will support the card even better. So there you go. The only thing is that if you say you want to have the sentiment written on the inside, there is a little trick that you have to do in order to get it to be written on the inside. I'll show you that when all the images come in. So here are the images. And oh, there's an envelope. I didn't even know there was an envelope. All right, so well, we'll ungroup this and we'll get rid of the envelope, or we'll hide it if we wanted to hide it. So here is the base of the card. You see that it is 11 inches high, 5.5 inches wide. Don't want to change that at all, because you want the card to be what am I trying to say? Balanced and fit into that particular envelope, if you want to use that envelope. Okay. So in this case, so see, this is going to be the front of the card. There are score lines on either side here in the front. Then there's a score line here and here, almost kind of like a pop-up card. But what we're going to do is when we fold it at the score lines, it's a little bit awkward, but we're going to actually make this sort of step here. And then it creates this ledge, and that's why she calls these window ledge cards. This part sticks up at the top, and then we can put something in here if we want. The only problem with that is that when we have our little happy birthday or whatever, we have to put it in so that when it does print out, or cut out, I should say, that it appears on the inside. This is the outside of the card. Okay. And if we put this on here, it would actually appear on the back here. Okay. And it would be upside down actually when we did it. So we got to do a little trick here, and that is by flipping. So we're going to go to flip, and we're going to flip horizontal. Whoops, I did the wrong thing. Not flip horizontal, flip vertical. All right. So now I know this is a little weird to think of, but um, then if we do it like that, if we put our sentiment here, then we have it going on the inside. See right that? Like this. Okay. And then we will have to group them and then attach it. And now when it cuts out, it will cut out um, inside out, I guess, or the inside facing up. So if you decide to use a patterned paper with this, which I don't think I would recommend, but if you did, you would have to put your paper with the white side. If it was a single pattern, right, you put the white side facing up so that you'd have the sentiment in there. Okay, the rest is going to be about print and cut, except for there's a few elements that go inside of this card. Now, you notice that some of these print and cuts came in very big, including this birthday one, which is really big, and you have to resize it. But these other ones came in pretty nicely, you can see. And then this becomes sort of the frame that goes around the flowers, and the flowers are full over the frame. But what I like about this is that I like to have a base on this. So in order to do that, I'm going to duplicate it. And then I am going to use something called contour. Okay, so contour is over here. Contour is one of my favorite things. And contour basically takes out certain elements. So we're going to do hide all elements and then come back and make sure the middle part shows. Okay. So now we have this is our base, like really the base. I'm going to change it to white, and I will make sure it is sent to the back. And then this goes right on over it. So there's a nice look to this. And I actually decided to use some Anna Griffin pattern paper for this. This is the middle, the frame in the middle, which I'm also going to use patterned paper for. And then we have our print and cut elements. Now, one of the things you guys know, I love to do print and cut, but I don't like to waste a lot of paper when I'm doing it. And so what I tend to do is I set up the print and cut all so that it will all take the maximum use of the paper that I'm using. So right now, the total print and cut area that you can use is 6 3/4 by 9 1/4. So 6.75 by 9.25. So I will go over here to shapes and pull up a square. Let me just go. I always have trouble getting my shapes to pull up for these videos. Oh, nice, Gail. Your brother's getting married to number 4. They met at 4 p.m. and I can't read that whole thing, Gail, but it sounds interesting. Okay, so we grab a square, and then what we're going to do is unlock it, and we are going to change it. I don't know why I'm having such difficulty with this. Okay, we unlock it and we change the width to 6.75 and then the height to 9.25. And of course, something's gone wrong here. Don't know why, but I have to do it again. This is the beauty of live video. Okay, so here it is. Unlock 6.75 9.75 by 9.25. Okay. Now this is just so that you can set up your print and cut and maximize the use of your paper or your sticker paper. You can use this technique for making stickers. It works really, really well. Anything with print and cut, because this is the maximum space that your print and cut can appear on a page. Okay. So what I'm going to then do is take all of my flowers and sort of put them where they fit. Now I might need to change some of the sizes a little bit as I put them on this square. That's the other thing that's great, especially with stickers. It helps you to visualize how big the sticker is going to be as well, because I find that sometimes your screen doesn't really give you an idea. And so like around 2 inches or so is a good size for these print and cut stickers. And or you can just kind of squeeze them in like this. Same thing for these. So you can just squeeze them and put as many as you can fit. You might even want to like turn them so that they appear sideways, but they're going to cut out just fine. And here we go. Okay. And make this smaller. It looks like I might need a second sheet. So if I want to do that, if I want to make a second sheet, that's easy to do. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, as my kid would say. So here we go. If we want to make a second sheet, then what I would do is try to squeeze as much as I can in there, just like this. And I think a second sheet. So what I'm going to do is take this square out from under. This is just to show you how to use a second sheet. Then I'm going to take all of these that I've placed in my square and I'm going to attach them. Okay. So let's attach them. All right. And then for the second piece, then I would take whatever elements that I had left over and put them on here. But you see, it's not going to use up a whole lot of space. So, so what I'm going to do is detach my flowers, and then I'm going to duplicate a few of them so that I can have more on my printable area. And I like to do this. I like to have more flowers than I think I'm going to need, because then I can sort of, when I get crafting, I can get creative about placement and stuff like that. So you would just duplicate all of these like this, and then you would, we already did that one, so let's duplicate this one. And maybe make 2 birthday wishes ones. Let's do that. There we go. And once I get them placed within that square, take that square off like that. Now I'm going to attach this group, and I will attach this group again. All right. I no longer need this square, so I can just delete it. Okay. So now we have this it's really one image. These are all going to cut out around, but the computer is going to see it as it's all one piece. Okay. So when you go to hit make it, you will see that our print and cut appears on both. See how that works out? And then what we're going to do is we're going to print these out, and then we'll use print and cut to cut them out. I'm not sure that we're going to get a chance to do all of that, because I want to show you how to put this together, but I will show you how this sort of print and cut. So I'm going to do send to printer on this print and cut like this. I'm going to use my Epson, which has some paper in it. Let me grab some of the paper so I can show you what it is. Okay. Okay, so Cricut doesn't carry 8.5 by 11-inch paper, so I'm in the habit of using this. But other craft stores have it. Okay, but this is from Michael's. It's a Recollections brand. It's a 65-pound white cardstock. It's got a nice heft to it. It usually goes great in the printers. Okay, so I'm going to put it in my Epson. I am going to use the system dialog, but I'm going to actually remove the bleed. Bleed is the space around the flowers, or the space around your images, and it's up to you if you want to put it in there. I think it can be a little confusing to some, so I'm just going to take it out for now, and then I'm going to hit print. When I hit print, I should get a system dialog box that's from the printer that shows up. If I don't, okay, what I'm going to do is come up here and minimize my design space, and there it is. Okay, so there's my Epson. I'm going to choose normal, and I'm going to choose print. If your printer is not a very high quality printout, normally, like if it's on draft, you might want to switch it up to best. But I found out with this particular printer, it does okay with the normal. So I'm going to hit print, and then I'm going to come back to design space. And when it's printed out, I can hear my printer going. When it's printed out, then I would choose a medium cardstock. And then I would take my printed print and cut, and I would put it on my mat. That's why it's print, then cut, right? So there are, let's see, there are 2 sheets here. And so what I found is that you do need to print both of them. So let's go to the second sheet, and we'll hit send to printer again. We'll use the system dialog, and we'll hit print. If it doesn't show up, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So use that little minimize button and print that. Now, if, for instance, you have problems with your printer and you want to reprint them, all you need to do is click on this number 1 where it says printed, and then it gives you the dialog box again. This is great if you're trying to make stickers and you want to have like a bunch of them printed out, and so you can like just keep sending it to the printer that way. Okay, so that's how you would do it, and then we would go ahead and cut out all these other pieces, including our base piece, which we'll do on medium cardstock. Okay, so I will cut that out, and if my printout comes out in time, we'll do that print in a second. Okay, so this is the paper that I'm using. Now, I apologize. I normally use all Cricut paper, but I felt like this needed a thicker paper. And so this is what I'm using. I know I'm going to get in trouble for saying that, but it is a thicker paper. It's a basil. I think it's just plain cardstock, smooth or something like that. I normally use Cricut, but they don't have a lot of pink, and so I have to use some other color, other. I don't want to get in trouble for saying that, but I just kind of wanted to tell you that that's what I'm using. And we're going to put this on our mat like this, and we're going to actually cut it. Now, you can, if you want, use your scoring wheel, but if you don't have a scoring wheel, you can use the scoring stylus, which is what I'll use here. Okay, just so you know. Scoring wheel's great, and it would work well for this, but I just want to show you other options as well. Hey, guess what? Our printout came out. So while that's going, I'm going to go grab that. So there's what my printout looks like. And let me hit go. It's going to do, first it's going to do, remember we have writing on there. So first it's going to do the scoring, and then I will take and put my black pen in, or whatever pen I want to use, and do the happy birthday part. You see how it's doing it, and it's doing it upside down because we're doing the part where the writing is in the inside. Okay, and now I have to take out the scoring stylus, put in the pen, hit go, and it will start writing out happy birthday, and then it will immediately go into the cutting portion. Okay, so let's let that go, and let me bring you down here to my workspace and show you how to put this together. So again, here is the card that we're sort of emulating, and you see it opens up like this, and there it is like this. I didn't, for this one, did not put the sentiment in, but we'll have one coming out in a few minutes, or in a minute. But you'll see here, and I'm going to take this off so you can see what I did. Okay, so these have all these little pop dots in there, and there are my frames. There's actually 3 frames here, and so we're not going to do that one, but I'll show you how to put it together. So whichever ones you choose should be fine. So here is my folded version. So when you fold it up, you'll notice that there's scores here, here, and then there's 2 on either side down here. So let me show you how that works. So this is not a case of you're going to fold it all the way. So it's a little fiddly, but what you're going to do is start folding it sort of with your fingers a little bit, just to kind of get it going like this. And then here and here. And then of course here and here. We will make it a really nice crisp fold once we have all of these areas sort of just slightly folded. Okay, so there we have it slightly folded. I'm going to do it back and forth just so you can see, like that. Okay, and the way that this is going to work out is that these 2 front pieces are going to come down like this. Okay, and then this piece is going to go to the back, creating that step. All right, but we do need to take something, whether it's our little scraper, if you have a bone folder, whatever, just to get a nice crisp edge on your folds. Okay, and that's how the card will stand. Whoops, do I have it wrong? I have it wrong. Boop. Supposed to go in the back. What am I thinking? There we go. That's how the card will stand. All right, let's do the same thing again, but with our happy birthday on it. I should have used heavy cardstock for setting. So again, I didn't use heavy cardstock. Remember, I was using a thicker cardstock than generally used with Cricut. Okay, and so because of that, my little cuts here didn't go through. So I'm going to use my True Control knife just to get a nice sharp cut out of that. Remember, you can avoid this. If you're using thicker paper, just change your setting to heavy cardstock. Okay? But if this happens, which sometimes it does, the True Control knife comes in handy for that. So, all right. There we go. All right. And then again, fold it so that, you know, you have to come back and do the fold a little bit more creased than you first can do it, just because you know, it's paper and you have to train it the way that it wants to go or the way that you want it to go. So here we go. This is going to be on the inside, and so we're going to do it this way and then this way, just like that. Okay, so there's our base of our card. Come back, and when you open it up, it says happy birthday. Okay, so then we've got all these pieces to contend with, and there they are, so you can see what they are. So this is the frame part that's going to go here on the inside of the frame. So there you go. You can put anything you want in there. In fact, if you wanted to, you could put white or, you know, a solid, and then put the saying here, like feel better soon, like this. Or you can leave it blank because it looks really pretty that way too. Okay. And then we've got the frame itself. So here's the frame. I did two different ones here, so we can put two different cards together. And here we go. So here's this frame. Nope, wrong background. Here, this is the right frame. I notice there's a little piece that's not cut out. This paper here, by the way, came from Cricut, but it's old. I don't know that they still carry it, but you might be able to find it in some of the craft stores. So here we go. We need our glue, and we're going to go ahead and glue this to the back piece. Oh no, Teddy. I think Santa's here to take Teddy for his walk. Not sure about that, but he only usually barks when it's somebody he knows. All right, so we're going to get glue all in the spaces. Just be careful that you don't put too much glue, remember. Too much glue is too much glue. It's more is not more in this case. All right, so we're going to place this on here, press it down. Okay, and we have this piece. These are leftovers that I would probably keep. I will keep. Okay, so that we're going to do the same thing with this one here as well. All right, so let's start with first attaching our square of cardstock. And we're going to do it right here. You can use glue. You can use double stick tape here, whatever works for you. Glue that here. And then we're going to get our start with our pop dots. So this is a nice brand new box of pop darts, which I love. And I like this particular brand. I mean, I buy all different brands, but I like this brand because it gives you all these different sizes. And sometimes you need different sizes when you're working with your pop dots because you don't want them to show. Okay. So here we go. There's our frame that we're going to put on there, and we can use the bigger pop dots for that. We're just going to place them here. I think that was Owen, actually. Owen's done with his summer school, and he's getting a brand new bike today. It's being delivered today. So excited. That was his birthday gift from me. Got him a new bike. He really likes to ride his bike, and he actually goes to Salem, and he's thinking, that he will ride it to a job if he gets a job. Okay, so here we go. Now, one thing to consider is where you place those pop dots because it is a little bit bigger, and I didn't even think about that, but it is a little bit bigger than the frame, so we might have some that are like sticking out, and I don't want that to happen, but here we go. All right, so we're going to put that right on there. Still our card width. we did have one sticking out here. So if we did do that and we don't want to rip this off, you can always take your knife, whatever knife, I love this True Control knife, and just sort of rip this part off without going through the cardstock. And then you won't have a sticky piece in the back. All right, same here. Don't want that sticky piece in there. Come on. All right. There we go. There's the base of our card. Now we get to play. We get to look at all of the different elements that we have. So we've got birthday wishes, feel better soon, happy birthday, just for you. What's this one? Thank you. So let's do a happy birthday one. And then we've got all of these lovely flowers. Before you start pinning the flowers on the card, I would suggest that you start just by like placing them in different areas and deciding what you're going to do. Are you going to put this here in the middle, or are you going to tack it on the bottom like this? It's up to you. You're the artist. You want to put it up here, here. I think I haven't done one where there's a saying on the inside, so I think I'm going to put that one here. But look at all these lovely flowers, and look at how beautifully they cut out using my printer and then the Cricut Design Space software. So I can just decide where I want to put them, like this. This one. And I think I would tuck this one underneath, sort of like that. And this is a case where more is better. More is more. So I have all of these lovely flowers. I don't want to completely cover the frame, but I think that that's going to look great. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my Feel Better Soon sign. I'm going to use my my little pop dots. I want it to sort of jump out at me. When I was putting this card together, I was thinking about Cricut used to have these things called mountain make-a-thons. They haven't had them in a few years, but they were like a gathering. Everybody could come and go to Utah actually and learn about whatever's new. And there were teachers, and I was a teacher at one, and I was showing people how to do box cards, and Anna Griffin was there, and she was talking about, you know, just how to create cards and such. And so and I remember she came by my classroom, and I had all my box cards, including hers, there, and she said, that looks like one of my cards. And I said, it sure is. And we chatted because I said, well, I've got some ideas for Christmas. And she said, we need to talk. So that was a lot of fun. I also got to meet Leah Griffith, which was great. Who else was there? There were a number of great artists. I really wish they would do that again, but I think it was really cost prohibitive, and not everybody could go. And so it became like, you know, difficult to reach so many people. Hey, hello, stop that. Sorry about the dogs barking. Not terribly sure why they're barking. You guys, come on. And if you're new to my channel, sorry about the dogs. I do this from my home. Teddy bear. And I do have 3 dogs that are okay, Teddy bear. Thank you. That are corgis, and they love to bark. I do have Lola, who's my barkiest one, put away in my bedroom while I do this, but the other 2 generally don't bark. So that's what I've been doing. So all I'm doing here is placing the adorable little pop dots here, and you can use the small ones. The really important thing is you don't want them to stick out over You see, you don't want them to come out over because seeing them in the back is kind of crappy. So consider that. Now, you don't, in this case, you're not going to want to place them over, like you can overlap them, but you're not going to want to have them all be the flattest way. So what I would suggest that you do is sometimes you want some to stick out even more. So what you can do is take two of these dots. You can either remove that or whatever, and then you can create a thicker sort of appearance, which makes those flowers stick up or out more. Okay, so you can do two at once, like this. Whoops, and I just somehow this one disappeared on me. I didn't use my little forky thing. All right, isn't this easy? Oh my god, so easy. And the results are so professional looking. You are going to, if you try this method, you're going to be making some of those gorgeous cards that Anna makes on her show all the time. And there are just a wealth of opportunities with all of the Cricut images. Now, not all of the images that she shows on her show are going to be available in Design Space. She has a tendency to focus more on her die cutting, which I have her die cut machine and I love it, but because I am so focused on Cricut, I don't use it as much as I could. So so it's kind of like I have to set it up. Oh my gosh, I'm so disorganized right now with my crafting. I've got all kinds of crafting everywhere. Now you could do just these on the 4, or you can get even more so and do whatever you like. That's what's fun. If you decide you don't want them all to pop out on you, you can use a little bit of glue here. Isn't that great? Just a little bit of glue. And that, my friends, is a step card from Anna Griffin using print and cut elements. Isn't it beautiful? Now again, this one here is the one that we put the writing in. I didn't put it in on this one. I guess I just didn't think. But if you decide to do this, make sure you put the appropriate, so I can't put feel better soon happy birthday in there. So I'd have to find a nice happy birthday thing. So here's my happy birthday thing. And here's my frame. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And there you go. So we can just go ahead and do that. Yeah, you put it in your craft room. The Empress. That's the name of Anna's new machine. I don't know if it's new, but yes, it's a like it's sort of halfway between one of the crank die cut machines and a Cricut, because it has like a motor. So so you can do that, but it is limited in the sense that with a Cricut, and this is what I love about my Cricut, is that I can make the images small or large. I can have it suit my needs. And with the die cuts, you really can't do that. Like, she has some really gorgeous die cuts that I love, but like I have this one that I got from her that were like all the Easter crosses around Easter. They came out and I just love them. But sometimes I want a bigger or a smaller cut, and you just can't get that with those machines, but you can with your Cricut. And that's why I just love to do my crafting mostly with the Cricut. I like to use the other stuff, but I kind of see them as more of a um, like an adjunct or something that is extra. So I want to make sure I got this right, and I want to fold this correctly. Here we go. There we go. All right. And then here, this piece. And they are expensive. Yeah, they are expensive. Whereas, and that's where kind of like I kind of go, huh? I scratch my head a little bit because some people they'll spend, $30 on one set of dies, and then they get upset when you tell them that access is not free, because it's like the access has hundreds of thousands of images, whereas you're just buying one little set of images. And I don't know, but to each his own. Whatever works for you. If you like to do the die cuts, there's them. But I don't know. It's a conversation that crafters have, I guess. I feel the same way about stamps. When I first got into paper crafting, like big time, which was in the 90s, that was really big. Stamping was really, really big, and also was scrapbooking. And so I had a lot of stamps. I loved to stamp. I loved the idea of stamping. But after a while, it got to be like you had to buy the card bases, and I was like, I want to make my own card bases, and I wanted to use pattern paper and stuff like that, and it really wasn't evolved enough. And that's what I liked so much. So this is a happy birthday. So we can use that one, or we can use this birthday wishes. We can put it, we can put it down here or whatever. So there you go. That's how you do it. Let me just go back to Design Space before I let you go. And also, before I let you go, I want to let you know that the August giveaways are now available for you to play with or get your name in. We're going to do similar giveaways as before. We're doing the hat press, because I know people want to win the hat press. And then we're also going to be doing a mini EasyPress, and then a few other little things. So if you haven't won in 6 months, you can put your name in. And by the way, that is if you haven't won a large prize. So if you won a smaller prize, something under $100, yes, you can put your name in again for anything else. It's the larger prizes that I am limiting for people so that everybody has an opportunity. Okay. I didn't post the July, and that's the other thing I mentioned. I did not post. Oh, right. Thank you, Leslie. So let's see. I have one, two, three. I have three of these cards to give away. Who's gonna get them? I think because Leslie reminded me she's going to get one. So Leslie, you'll get one. And so send me. So this one will be sent out. Barb has read it. No, I didn't choose. Okay. So a question about the giveaways. I'm not sure, Patricia. Yeah, you can enter. You can enter every day. So who wants to? Why no, Miss Rita? Three winners. One is Leslie. Yes. So we need two other winners. So if you're new to my channel, just so that you know, I give away my cards, and so I have three cards to give away today. And so Loretta, who's usually on, she will pick the winners. So I'll keep. Oh, what info you put in the blank box after I log into enter? You just have to put, okay, so Patricia, if you're new to the giveaways, all you need to do, it's super simple, and it's almost so simple it kind of like throws people off. So you just need to put your name and your email address, okay? Your full name and your email address. So don't use like your like Leilani goes by something else on YouTube. So don't do that. Put your full name and your email address so that when I pick a winner, if I can't find you by announcing, then I will go hunting you down by email, but it's just easier that way if you just know the name. Yeah. Yes, Patricia. Yeah. Um, okay. So let's see. In terms of images again, so here we go. This one is called uh, Anna's window frame cards. We're going to also do a ledge card. We're going to do one of um, her lovely layered cards, and also she has this window box card that's like a box card. It's called a window box card. We'll do one of those as well, but these all are print and cut elements except for the lovely layers. So what else? Where do we put this info? So Betsy, I'm going to put in the description of this video, I will put a link to the raffle. Okay. So it's a raffle, no purchase necessary. You're going to go to the description of the video, click on the link. It's not there right now, but if you're watching this after the fact, it will be there. So it's not there right now. You're going to click on that link. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then go ahead, click on that link. You enter your name and your email address. That's it. You can come and do that every day as long as you share or comment or like or whatever any of my over 900 videos. So you can go and watch an old one. They're not all great, I'll tell you that, but you can watch an old one, a new one, whatever, and comment or share it. And they're all located on my YouTube channel, which is under MISSRITA to the Rescue. Okay. All right. Do we pick winners? Thank you. Thank you for giving me love. Love, love, love. Okay, so do we pick winners? I know we've got Leslie. That's okay, Leslie, that you got another one before. Okay. Connie won, and Barb. Is it Barb Babs? Is Barb Babs, or is it, we have a couple of Babs and a couple of Barbs. So it's Connie and Barbara. Which Barbara? Is it Williamson? Leslie, Connie T, and Barbara Williamson, right? Awesome. So you know what to do, ladies. You need to send me an email. Hi, Guadalupe. Send me an email at MISSRITA to the rescue at gmail.com, and I will get your card out to you, woo woo woo, through regular USPS. And tomorrow we are doing, what are we doing tomorrow? We're doing, oh, the cutest Halloween treat boxes. You're gonna love them. They're so adorable. I love looking at them. So we're gonna do that tomorrow. And just to let you know, I will not be here on Thursday. I have to go in for my scans, and that's right in the time slot that we normally do. So I will not be here Thursday, but I will be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then back on Friday. So so we will do that. We will do hi Babs. We will do tomorrow. We're going to do these awesome treat little boxes. They have handles on them. And then on Wednesday we will do an Anna Griffin lovely layered card that I put together. And then on Friday I'll come back and we'll do another Anna Griffin card. Okay. And that's it for me for today. I thank you so much for your time. Thank you, Teresa. Oh, you want to look at the box? Okay, yeah, sure. I'll show you. They're actually small, so they're really great for for a party. Here they are. They're I call them a box. Maybe they're a bag, but they have, there's a cat, a Frankenstein's monster, a vampire, a pumpkin, and a spider. see that? These are all Cricut Access. They're so cute. And you can put them together. You don't have to put the handle on them, but I'll show you how to put the handle on them too. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Yes, I appreciate it. I love to show you guys all this great stuff. And I do appreciate you sharing my channel. It's not for everyone, I know that, but I'm so glad that you could make it and spend time with me. This is the highlight. I was telling my mom yesterday, because my mom's like, maybe you should take a break, and I go, from what? She said, I don't know, your work. And I'm like, my work is the funnest part of my day. Wouldn't it be great if everybody could say that? My work is the funnest part of my day. The other stuff, such as cleaning the house and stuff like that, that's the boring part. That's the stuff I should probably hire somebody to take care of. But yeah, like washing the floors. God, who does that? I can't do it. I don't have the patience. And plus right now I can't even bend over. So there you go. All right, everybody. I love you all, and I will see you again tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. If you can't make it tomorrow, have a great week, and we'll see you again soon. Yeah, I think I need to hire a cleaning lady, because let me tell you, dogs are messy. They come in, whether it's snow or mud or whatever, on their paws, and then they eat, and when they lick stuff, it's always like slimy. I mean, I love dogs. I love dogs, but man, they are messy little creatures, aren't they? Okay, everybody, thank you so much for coming. Have a wonderful day. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you, Susan.